Well, good morning, students of Standard 10th. This is your third and final video of the play, The Proposal, which was originally titled The Marriage Proposal, written by Anton Chekhov. You must be familiar with the name because probably right from Standard 6 to 10th, every year you must have read one story or another by this writer. He's famous for his short stories. He was a physician by profession, but he wrote out of his love for writing, and he went on to be known as a writer more than a physician. So we have already discussed the drama in detail. It's a one-act play, as you all know, involving three characters and how they quarrel. So now we'll begin with the word meanings, because I think there is few complicated words in this chapter. Now, the first word that comes to mind is privilege. Now, privilege means having an advantage or having a special right, right? We call people of high society privileged people because they have some extra advantage. They are treated as VIPs. Then, pardon means to forgive or excuse a person, error or offense. When we say awfully, it means very or extremely. I'm awfully glad, I'm awfully sorry, I'm very sorry. That's the logic. Now, the another word that is assistance is the action of helping someone. Then, by Jove, it was said by Chekhov, which generally is an exclamation for a replacement for my God, exclamatory expression. Then comes the word desire, a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Then comes the word idiotic, which means very stupid or silly. Right? Now we go to some other words. Now again, Chekhov said egad. This is also an expression of exclamation, where either you are surprised, angry, or you are affirming something. Lovesick, he called his daughter lovesick. It means a person who is longing, yearning for something or desiring for something. Now, trembling, shaking or quivering, typically as a result of excitement, anxiety or frailty. That's when you tremble, you shake. Hesitate, pause in indecision before saying or doing something. That is when you hesitate. Housekeeper, a person who manages the household. That is not a very difficult word to understand, but palpitation. See, palpitation simply stands for heartbeat, but when you say I am suffering palpitations, it generally stands for a noticeably rapid, strong or irregular heartbeat due to agitation, exertion or illness. Twitch means a sudden jerk or movement or feeling. Our eyes sometimes, our muscles go out of control and start twitching. Eyes start twitch, or some part of hands or portion of the body starts jerking suddenly. That's called a twitch. Lunatic is a person who is mentally ill, but it's not used medically. Technically, we don't. A medical professional will not call a mad person lunatic, right? There are specific names for specific mental disorders, but lunatic is a simple word that is in practice to express a person who is not mentally stable. Now we come to some other words. Affectionate is readily feeling or showing fondness or tenderness, right? Like mothers are affectionate towards their children, they show fondness or tenderness towards them. Then comes oxen meadows. Meadow, you know, where animals graze, and oxen, where oxen go to graze, that is basically a meadow. Now, birchwood are a forest of birch trees. Perpetuity, we call it continuity or the state or quality of lasting forever. Reckon means you reckon something, you establish something by calculation. You add up in your mind, say, I reckon he would be here by 10:30. So you calculate, yeah, he might be leaving at 10, he wakes up at 8, he gets it. So this kind of a mental calculation we do and come to a conclusion, that is called reckoning. Then implore, plead, implore. This is requesting or begging someone earnestly to do something. That is called. So implore, plead, these are words used to show that you are very earnestly trying to put forward a request to get something done. Gypsies are a group of nomadic people who travel from one place to another. They have no permanent dwelling. You may see gypsy camps on the sides of bypass road. They sometimes sell utensils or idols of gods and goddesses. Then they move on to some other place and again establish tent. They don't have fixed dwelling. These kind of people are called gypsies or nomads. Now, another word that comes here is impudent. When you behave impudently, you are not showing due respect for another person that you are talking to. Very formal word it is. Carafe. It's an open flask or tumbler that is used to serve, or jug that is used to serve wine or water in a restaurant. If you see the first video, you can see a carafe placed on the table in that. Now hoarse, when you speak in a hoarse voice, your voice is rough and harsh, right? Now restrain, when somebody is restrained, it is prevent from doing something, keeping that person under control or within limits. That is called restraint. Excruciating means intense, and it generally used with pain. So when you are intensely feel intense pain or severe pain or acute pain or extreme pain, we can call it excruciating pain in ornamental use, right? To not to euphemize it, to just highlight the level of pain. Now, pettifogger, an inferior legal practitioner, especially one who deals with petty cases or employs dubious practices. Pettifogger is a person who takes up false cases in the court just to disturb people, basically, right? Then comes the word embezzlement. It's theft or misappropriation of funds placed in one's trust or belonging to one's employer, right? That is embezzlement. That basically when you do embezzlement, where you rob your own employer, that is embezzlement. You are given a fund to do something and you use it for your own good, then you would be treated for embezzlement. Another word for fraud. Hump, a rounded protuberance found in an abnormality on the back of a person. You must have seen people who bend and humpback. The back that isn't, they're curved like the back of an camel, of a camel. It's a very bad disease and people suffer due to that. It's also called hunchback. Guzzling. Here guzzling means greedy. Guzzling gambler, he said your uncle was a guzzling gambler. So basically it is greedy. And gambler is a person who gambles or speculates. Intriguer. Intriguer, Anton Chekhov used this word in almost every story of his. He likes instead of deceiving or cheating, he used the word intriguing. Someone who tricks. An intriguer is a person who tricks person or deceives a person or cheats a person. Malicious, intending or intended to do harm. Numb, when you don't feel the physical sensation in any part of body, that part of body goes numb. Rascal is devil. Impudence, again audacity, not showing due respect to the other person. Lame, lame is a person who is unable to walk without difficulty as a result of injury or illness affecting the leg or foot. It's called limping. Basically, a person whose one leg is not working, that person is called lame. Lame is another word used to say for some stupid excuse. When somebody gives some stupid excuse, we say your justification is lame, right? Let's move on to question and answer. What does Chapkov at first suspect that Lomov has come for? Is he sincere when he says, "I have always loved you, my angel, and as if you were my own son"? Find reasons for your answer from the play. Chapkov suspects that Lomov has come to ask for money. He is not sincere when he says that he has loved him as his son, because we notice Chapkov tries to be friendly and loving on the face while he is rude and selfish. And he went aside and said, if he wants to borrow money, I am not going to give him any. Now, number 2, Chapkov says of Natalia, as if she won't consent, she is in love, egad, she is like a lovesick cat. Would you agree? Find reason for your answer. I agree with Chapkov's statement, because when Natalia comes to know that Lomov had come with marriage proposal, she becomes desperate for him. She starts wailing and asks her father to bring him back. Now the final one. Find all the words and expression in the play that the character uses to speak about each other, and accusations and insults they hurl at each other. Right? We come to the words. Several words and expression have been used by the characters describing. Some of them are Chapkov. For Chapkov, the words used are grabber, intriguer, old rag, Jesui. For Natalia, a lovesick cat, an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. Lomov, first some good words, a good neighbor, a friend. Then he was called impudent, pettifogger, malicious, double-faced, intriguer, rascal, blind hand, turnip ghost, a villain, a scarecrow, monster, stuffed, sausage, wizened face, frump, pup, milkshop. So this is about it. See you again. I think one more video remains. I will see you in that video. Till then, take care and goodbye.